Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham latest news and update show, The WREXfast Club, for Monday, April 7th. Yes, and the adults had kicked off a work week. Really quickly. How's my sound? How's the sound? Just give me a sound check real quick. I am using a microphone. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, and I just effed it all up. Oh my God. I'm touching buttons. I screwed everything up. This is what happens when I touch buttons. Anyways, please let me know if the sound is okay. Please smash a like on the video and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the Local Pundit and the Global Pundit for that matter. We are trying to get to 2001 by the end of the season. We are about 250 away. If we can't do that, come on now. Let's go. Let's see if we can do that, and let's get the Global Pundit up too for big summer stuff going on there too. Anyways, I just dropped it in there too for the StreamYard to hum in. Sound is a bit of a tin sound. Oh crap! Really? All right. Well, I'm trying to let me know. Bit of a tin now. It's okay. Let's see how it goes. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Let me go. Steve Barton is texting me, and I am live. Somebody tell him. He's texting me. Okay. Anyways. I'm going to keep going with the show. Here we go. Anyway, so listen, yes, it was a slow news day, but as you see on the thumbnail, did Jack Marriott earn his starting spot back? ? That was the question I wanted to ask everybody. And CR, who's got opinions, CR's got all the opinions. I'm going to call him out because he said, bold choice to bench Sam Smith for Jack Marriott. Do we realize Sam Smith was responsible for the other 2 goals, right? So, who said Sam Smith, my friend? And I dropped it in the link specifically if you want to come have your say. And you didn't even know the answer. So bold choice, Cotton. That's not what we're talking about here. Here's my thoughts on the thumbnail and about Jack Marriott too. And we got a couple other things. We got a cop update. We got a fixture release there too. So we'll put that out there too. So here's my take on all this too. Did Jack Marriott earn his spot back after scoring over the weekend? My answer is no, he did not. No, he did not. So there you go, CR. And I'm not benching Smitty. He's an absolute legend. He is probably our best player and our most informed player, other than probably O'Connell and maybe even Matty James in the middle of the park. So here's why the conversation had come up in my head when I was putting together a little bit of an idea for a show today. Was the fact that if J-Rod is injured. If J-Rod is injured and he can't go, would you start Marriott up front next to Sam Smith in that second striker role? So that's the conversation there too. That's the conversation I'm talking about. So what I liked about what Marriott had done on the weekend when he came on and he was all over the spot. Now he doesn't play that role. Here's my thought process on that too. If J-Rod is not fit, I think it's a calf injury. If that's the issue there too. I know he doesn't like to play that. You look at a Mofal or a Palmer. I would play Jack Marriott in that role. If I say it heavily, because I don't want CR to have a lose his brains and say that I'm trying to bench Smitty or anyone else for that matter. But everyone's entitled to their opinion. I would start JM in that role. It's a second striker role. Keep Smitty on the shoulder and see if we can do it that way. Now I don't know if he would do that. I don't know if Parkinson would do that. He doesn't like disrupt. Obviously, we're going against Wigan, who do not score any goals. I think they don't score any goals, and they have a decent defense, but they don't score goals at home, and we're going away traveling there too. CR said, if not J-Rod, probably the guy who replaced Elliot Lee. Elliot Lee didn't work, bruv. Elliot Lee did not work. And come on and have your say. I'd love you coming to defend it. And also too, you think Fletch starts? Fletch just started. He's 38 years old. Think he can play another 90 minutes? I don't know. Or 60 minutes? I don't know. That's the great thought process we're having there too. So if he is not, if J-Rod is not fit, we don't know exactly what it is. And J-Rod, I think, has done a fantastic job holding the ball up, his hold-up play, getting into good positions, being that, I want to say that utility striker. I think there's a place for that, especially in the system we're playing. I'd like to see him start JM if J-Rod's not fit. Will he do it? I don't know. You might be right. He might go down to Elliot Lee. Although I thought Elliot was picking up in good spots over the when he did come on. He's picking up that down to the left side. when Longman was overlapping him. I thought he played good. I think in the second striker role, I do not think that we should be starting Big L in that second striker role. So thoughts on that? What do you think on that? I did open it up. There is a link in there. If people want to come in and have a chat tonight, there's not much news, so we just figured we'd open it up. Also, yesterday, if you didn't watch our show yesterday, it was a great show. We got Luke on. We had Washteki on, and Patty and Aaron and Ken, all just crushing it. J-Rod, if J-Rod is injured, do you think Mullen or Fall or Palmer will be on the bench? J-Rolls, I don't know. J-Rolls, that's a good shout right there, and I really appreciate that one too. But they haven't been playing. You know what I mean? They maybe the bench, but they have not been playing. Mo Fall probably is a better position to getting on the pitch than a Palmer and a Marriott until we have maybe a little bit of space. So it's not a bad shout, J. Rawls. It could be possible. Lee plays well, but he's not a striker. Lee is not a striker. That's it. We need the striker there too. It's a good conversation to have, and one that I'm glad we're having because the depth that we actually have, bringing in the J Rods and bringing in the Smitties. I think there's something to that because, I mean, the proof's in the pudding. Parkinson's been grinding out games, winners, every left, right, and center. So there we go. In the reserve game, Mo Fall started and Palmer came on in the second half. So Mo Fall could be on the bench for the CF role, possibly right there. And CR says, I wish I could join, but I can't. Fall is next. Need someone who can drop in and play the ball with his feet and still hold up center back. That's a good shout too, CR. That's a good shout too. Mo Fall can do that. And Wigan don't score a lot of goals. So I think that we can get away with maybe if J-Rod's not fit enough to have that too. There's a good shout right there too. A lot of people in the chat tonight. How's everyone doing? Leap and Sarah's here. You mean to have Smitty and J-Rod side by side? I think it'd be great. I don't know if he'll do it. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Michael Peter, definitely not first. But there you go. What's going on? New hat. Yes. Kill Tony hat. I don't know if anyone's watching Kill Tony. It's absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Is producer Ann involved with that show? Which show, my friend? Let me know. Let me know what you're talking about there too. I'm just trying to go back and see what's going on here. Somebody get the Discord ready too. Okay, lots going on. Unchanged 11. J-Rod's going to start. Patrick Odin. I think you're probably right, my friend. I think you're probably right. I'm just having the conversation. Again, I'm just having the conversation, seeing what everyone thinks, if you would do that. Now, I'll go on. I thought we played a little bit more dynamic when JM did come on, but that said, they were down to 10 men. And, we opened it up a little bit. We got a little bit of breathing room. And JM, I mean, he looked sharp. He looked like he had missed the beat, running around, covering everybody's glass, and his strike was great. But I technically don't think we have problems up front or anywhere on the pitch. I think what we're doing right now in this tournament mode with 5 games left to go, I think we're doing well. I don't want to make changes. I will happily go unchanged 11 if we continue to go do our thing. Once you get into that mode and we're just like grooving it out, I get it. But there is going to be some injuries. Things are going to come up. Other teams have injuries as well. But there's just an option to think of this like, hey, remember we were always like rooting for Mullen to come back, and it just hasn't happened. And Palmer willing to score goals, effort, but now we don't have those problems anymore. And I don't say not problems. Now we don't have those. We don't have those gripes anymore. We're grinding out victories, good ways. 3-0 victory was fantastic. We're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I know, Parkinson shutting that down inside. But I like it. I think we're solid at the back with AO as well. I think we're solid in the defense and the midfield. I got to tell you, the unsung hero, by the way, the unsung hero in all of this has been Matty James. Matty James, I've said this before, doesn't do a ton, but he does everything. He's got Dobson in there as the destroyer, and he has Rathbone running around and covered every blade of grass. And Matty James just patrols that back line, takes the ball off the back, tries to push the ball forward as best he can. But I would say he has given that balance that we had last year with Evans and Stash. So I got to give a lot of credit to him too. He might not be our player of the season, but I'll tell you, he probably gets praised by Parkinson saying, "Wow, he's really put some balance in that midfield." So in that trifecta, those three, he is the balance between the Rathbone and the destroyer of Dobson. So it's good. Lots in the chat too, and a lean on this as well. Big love for JM. Just don't think he'll start. Actually, I agree with you, Patrick Olden. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting the question out there too. And we don't know what's going to happen. but we got to just think about this. Wigan, again, do not score a lot of goals. They don't score a lot of goals. Also, too, how is the sound? How is the sound? Let me know. And also, too, those who wanted to mess, I'm live. Sorry, I'm live. I'm just messaging people right here. Okay. JM looked like he was at the start of the season. Michael Pierce, I agree with you. He looked great. He did look great. I was asking whether Anne is. No, she's not involved in Kill Tony. She's not involved in Kill Tony. Great. If you're not watching Kill Tony, you're missing out, by the way. Please go watch Kill Tony. It's awesome. It's actually on tonight on Netflix. It's Tony Hinchcliffe's show. Also, we're going to have, yes, Michael Pierce. Just about to announce that too. Watch along tomorrow for the Wickham versus Huddersfield game. I gave Huddersfield the $13 for that. $13.12, by the way. $13.12 out of the pocket. Going to do it. It's in the budget. Ask producer Ann if we can do it. Live watch along tomorrow as Wickham go to Huddersfield, and let's see if Wickham can do us. Wickham could drop some points tomorrow and help us out to the end of the season. So we live watch along tomorrow too. Just FYI, good shot right there. We do have a strong bench as well. Says Gordon Grolla. Yes, Gordon. I want to call you Gordon Gorilla, but I know that's my dyslexia coming in, and I can't quite see your thumbnail. What is on that? Patrick also says, if anything, I would sub earlier for a different look, maybe around 55 rather than 70 minutes, like have a Macca on for control, but prefer Longman and Barnett. Okay, I'm going to talk about that too. That's one thing I wanted to brag up as well, Patrick. So no way Macca is going to be benched this weekend. He used to play against Wigan. He used to play at Wigan. He was their captain. He played it twice for them. Macca will be starting this weekend. There's no way Parkinson will bench him in this game, in my opinion. And whether or not I believe that Longman is the better offensive player going forward and is growing at his defense on the left side, there is no way that Parkinson's going to go to Mac and say, hey, bruv, you're not playing against Wigan, your old side. I don't see it. I don't know what any of you think. I don't think he'll do that. I think if everyone's fit, it will be the unchanged 11. I think it'll actually be an unchanged 18. But we don't know. I think Dobson will be back, and I think J-Rod, if he's not fit, we'll see. But I think it'll be an unchanged 18, in my opinion. But that said, going back to the Macca thing, Patrick, he's going to be starting that match, 100%. Even though I think I would play Longman. He's going to do it. Also, too, you can't argue with the manager. The results are there. We cannot argue with it. We just creating conversation. No one wants to come in and talk to me tonight. I'm going to continue to do it. How often do people come in and just talk to me? Never. No one wants to talk to me anymore. Oh, my insecurity is getting heavy. I think JM, but the shape has brought 102-point pace. Not going to change it now. I like JM. I agree with you. The conversation is there. Player of the season must be AO, Michael Pierce. That's a good shout. It's either him or Rathbone for me. And I tell you, if we had Smitty the entire season, he'd be our. He's got 16 goals, by the way. Fletch is player of the season. That's also a good shout too. And in the mobile striker role, the depth chart is Smith, JM, and given a reserve game, Mullen. I think Mullen. Here's my prediction, Bruce. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. Excuse me. We're to get up. I think our game to win it to go up will be Blackpool, not Charlton. I think it's going to be Blackpool. And I think we're going to have a nice Charlton home match with Mullen or Palmer or maybe both up front. I think that's going to be it. I have a daft feeling that's going to happen. And then, maybe that's it. Do you think I had said that I think Mullen or Palmer will play a part at the rest of the season at some point. But I think it's going to be Blackpool. Just have a sneaky suspicion. I think it's going to fall our way. They really do. What say all of you? Free Pugs Show. How you doing, Free Pug Show? If we could secure promotion before the end of the season, then I would like to see a farewell game. There you go. Bring on the older players who won't be with us going forward and a thank you game. Well, that's why I think I'm not going to get ahead of ourselves, not to get superstitious and not ruin it. That could happen. That could happen, Free Pug Show. Good to have you. Is Wickham on Peacock tomorrow? No, it's not. Patrick, it is not on anything tomorrow. You have to buy it if you want to watch it. But I have purchased it, and I will be doing the watch along. And Kelly Davidson is not going to leave her tractor to go do this, she said. It's not on Paramount, no. Macca is better than Longman defensive-wise, yes, but he's not good at going forward. And Macca will start, agreed. Against Exeter, Lee came on for Smith, but Fletch switched out in Smith role, yes. That's true. Palmer is in the POS on that. Is the POS. I don't know. Piece of, I don't know what that means, but I think I know what that means. I'm not going to get out. I'm not going to go down that road. And is Fletcher now carries the most goals for us this season? No. Who's got the most goals for us? So Marriott has. Again, it's not much news today, so we're just kind of doing a free show today. And if anyone wants to come in and have a chat, let me know. Come on in. It's in there. So Marriott has 6 goals. Let me see. Marriott has 6 goals. I believe it's still Max. Is it Max? Stats. Top scorer. It's Fletcher. Yeah, you're right. It is Fletcher. Fletcher Lee. Top scorer. Assistant Ryan Barnett. Goals and assists. 8 Sam Smith. These are skewed with Sam Smith because obviously he got most of them by Reading, through Reading. So yeah, it's essentially Fletcher. Sam Smith has 4 or 5. How does he have? I think he has 4 or 5 with us. God, he looks so good. God, Sam Smith's good, isn't he? Sam Smith is a baller. I'm so happy he's here. I love watching him play. I do. He's so good. He's absolutely so good. He's had with Wrexham. He's played 14 games. He's got 5 goals with us. He's got 5 goals with us. He's so good. I really like his game. But yeah, what say you on that? What do y'all think about that? Okay. The fact that we don't have a clear-cut player of the year speaks to the quality we have in the squad. We are stronger. We have a period. No, I think that says a lot. That's a good shout there, Patrick. Patrick, where are you watching from? And are you? Yeah, I know you subscribe. You're not a member, but where are you watching from? And you have good takes, man. Happy to have you in. So on that, I think it shows the balance of the team. Where, who's our best player? Like, who's the standout player of the season? Alabama, he says. Okay, great. Who's our best player of the season? I think there are several candidates for that. And if we end up going up, there's several players we can look at and be like, oh man, they really have done work in certain parts of the season to get us there. But a Longman coming in, at the beginning of the season, it was JM, and then it was in the middle of the park, it was a Dobson for a little bit. In the back, it was Max, and it was O'Connell, and then AO. I mean, you can go all over the place. Barney at one point was looking like the player of the season, and still is a great player. And then you get the new boys coming in. Longman, again, Smitty, J-Rod doing bits. You can look at that. That shows an incredible, first of all, man management, and also the talent that we have on the pitch. And it shows why we're in second place and why we got the opportunity to actually make history. Unbelievable history. And I love it. How many winners does Fletcher have? I really want us to take a hard look at signing him again. Free Pug Show. Moving on to that one, too. Listen, as a sentiment goes right now, I love the sentiment. I do. I love the sentiment. I just don't know if we have a spot on the roster for him. Now, can he deliver next year? Probably. He'll be 38, 39 years old. But to that point, maybe we get someone younger at 26. Next year's going to be a totally different beast than what we have going on now. I'm not saying it ain't going to happen. I think Fletcher's been he's like the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer of super subs for Wrexham. Has done incredible. Has given me so much joy, all of us joy, with the scoring of what he's done. And we shall see. I know he probably, why would you want this to end? I mean, that's why we all feel so bad for a Palmer and a Mullen, because they've been part of the journey, but they're not being able to be a part of the journey right now. And I say feel bad. You can't really feel bad in sports, but you want them to be a part of that too. So, but Fletch next year, maybe, but I think because of how difficult the championship will be and how much we're probably going to spend, I don't know if that's, I'd give that a 49-51. That's what I'll do right there. Also, too, again, I'm going to ask again, how is the sound? Is it okay? Let me know. Okay. Rathbones is Leaping Sarah. Michael Pierce says we should talk more about who we need to get rid of. We keep this season. Yes, Michael Pierce, the summertime, if we go up, the summertime is going to be bangers only. It's going to be gangbusters. We ain't slowing down here on the local pundit and what we're doing. Trust me, we have a lot to talk about. He also says, Brackville and Fletch, OC, AO, Matt are the only 5 who deserve consideration, most because of injuries, not because other players are not as good. Good shout. And Esteban, what's going on, dude? This is hamster style. And John Olson, Fletcher could keep a super sub role in the championship if he stays fit. Longer bench keeps him relevant. Yeah, I think you can have 2 or 3 more players on the bench too. Luke's in the house. What's going on? Good shout, Luke, yesterday. Good work coming in yesterday. Did a great job. I think we need to rotate the strikers. So if they all feel they have a chance, but keep Smith as the number 1 striker and rotate the other 7, like I don't think we're going to be doing any rotation. I think Parkinson will only, in my opinion, make a change as you force into it. Not at this stage of the season. I don't think we're going to do that. Other than Birmingham, we have the best bench in the league. We do the tired defenders. I think when they come on too. Okay, it sounds fine. Sound is good. Okay, great. Josh, sound is fine. Thank you very much. Smitty says, "What a great signing." Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm using a mic, using a microphone. There you go. Just want to let y'all know. Keep y'all informed here as we shoot the rehearsal. As you know, Ted Nelson, what's going on, dude? Summer is going to be bonkers on the local pundit and the global pundit too, by the way. Global pundit, we were doing the Club World Cup too, which is great. Good. Curling shape with the new striker, 7 non-penalty goals against 7 clean sheets. There we go. Okay. And Glenda says it's a 25-man squad list in the championship, but goalkeepers have to be included. Yes. Well, fancy pants, Josh. Yeah, I know I'm not Ken, Sarah, but I try to improve. We try to put everything and try to make things better. To that point, the reason why I have got another microphone on Friday, I'm going to tease this again. I don't have confirmation. I know on Friday I could be doing something very, very special, which would be awesome. That I'm going to hopefully be able to confirm. I know I'm very, very cryptic, but Friday could be a very cool day. It would involve me going somewhere and doing something. I will be doing a vlog for it, for the channel, but it could be something awesome, like something awesome. And I'm excited to do it if it happens. So I will keep you all posted on that. I will keep you all posted. So just watch the space. As you know, a very open book on the local pundit and what we try to do for the community. So I will keep you posted. I'll know more as soon as it happens, as soon as things, start falling into shape. But Friday could be a very fun day. Now, that said, Saturday we have an early morning kickoff, 4:30 in the morning. Game day build up, live watch along, Wrexham time call-in show, Wrexham reaction. Boom. So that would mean that whatever I do, it's got to be to bed early. So I will keep you posted on it. I will do a vlog on it if it does happen, because it will be absolutely cool as hell. So just let you go. I can't tell you. It's not confirmed, Free Pug. It's not confirmed. Of course it has. Matt Al. Matt Al, you talk a lot of shit. 90% of it is absolute bullshit. The 10% is amazing. I think that's the amazing part right there. The 10% right there. Ruth H is in the house. I think it's a very special episode with Family Ties used to do. Oh yeah, Family Ties got to do it. Is there going to be a live event on Friday? No, not going to be a live event on Friday. It will be a record. It'll be recording, because that's what this will apply for. It's going to be recording. It's going to be recording. Not that big, but you're close. I'll leave it there. Okay. Another thing we're going to go on there too. So to that point, Matt, I'll just remind you of something. So they have torn down part of the cop, the 500 seats, just so you know, and it looks like they're doing the work in the background. So they did take down the 500 seats. They're doing work. There's pictures out there. Matt Al sent me a few, and they're doing stuff for the cop. We don't know, everyone's complaining like, why'd they take it out so early? Contractors have to be in place at certain times, so they're doing the work in the background trying to get things going. So not Humphrey's not Humphrey yet. It's not Humphrey yet. Not Humphrey yet, Esteban. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of things. But so they have taken out the 500. They're doing work in the back. The pictures are out there online. Go check it out. We'll keep you updated on that as we go along. But this is all good sign. Things moving forward for us getting things done. Unfortunately, yes, 500 supporters can't. 500 500 supporters can't go see the matches. Yes, you losing on some financials, which is fine, but that's a drop in the bucket. It's like a couple, few thousand quid. But at the end of the day, the goal is to get the cop up and do it in time. So as you know, things take time, and there's going to be much like production. Anything you produce, things will have setbacks. So get this done as soon as possible. I'm okay with them taking down the 500 seats and showing progress on the cop. So keep an eye on that. We'll do it. There are some flyovers there too. There's some 500. There's some pictures out there too. So go check those out. And yes, AFC Fan Zone did a flyover. Who could it be? And 500 seats removed. Can confirm there are 271 seats available, says Matt. Ow. Yes, they're clear. Yes, exactly. There you go. So there's 271 seats available, which is good. And clearing access for new playing surface. Yeah, I think that's all part of it too. Maybe a real interview with Ken. Oh my God, can we do a real interview with Ken? Oh, he's on vacation too. I actually invited him on. He said he was in bed. And he said he can't come on. So, oh well. Which is what it is. Okay. So again, not much news today. Also, something on the thumbnail yesterday was we didn't quite dive into this, but I wanted to give you the thumbnail update from yesterday. We talked about Fletcher a little bit earlier too. It was Great Scott, and it was Fletch capacitor. Obviously, a play on words for Back to the Future, and he had teased about. We just talked about it briefly right now. Teased about possibly getting an extra year. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But if you didn't get those, I just want to say someone said Great Scott. It was like 2 T's. I had one, so Scottish. Someone wanted to get on me that Scott. We don't have a Scott. And Scotland is spelled with 1 T. I know that, but Scottish is spelled with 2 T's, and it worked for the Great Scott. Just want to point that out to the people. There you go. And Ken is trying to get his beauty sleep. Well, Ken, there's not enough fucking sleep in the world for you to be beautiful. There you go. Sexy, but not beautiful, Ken. That hair, whew, God willing. Free Punk Show says, on a side note, I introduced my buddy last weekend to the Welcome to Wrexham, and he is already asking me about when and where he plans to Wrexham and his hooked. Well, how can you not be hooked on Welcome to Wrexham? And I'll tell you this, when we finish the season and we go up in second place, May 4th, I'm sure they'll make an announcement. May the 4th be with you. There you go. And he's trying to get his beauty sleep. And he said, that's fair. That is fair. Yeah. Sexy, not beautiful. There you go. Anyone know if the new pitch is going to be a bigger leeway for next season? Not sure. We don't have that right now. Patrick's going to come in. Give me a thumbs up, brother. From Alabama, sir. You coming in? Good. I think debut. We got a debut.
Maybe so. I think I'm lagging on the YouTube though.
You what? You're not allowed on YouTube?
No, I had 2 screens going. I think I was hearing an echo. You got me?
I got you, bro. How are you?
I'm great, man. Let's talk about anything you want to talk about. I'm so excited about this season.
Okay, well, good. Well, if it's a debut, right?
It is.
You got to go origin story then. Go on.
Origin story started with the first season of Welcome to Wrexham back when it premiered. I just caught it over the summer, and my background's in media also, so I kind of got hooked on the documentary from the standpoint of the documentary. But it made me curious about the team, and the charisma of Rob and Ryan just really kind of draws you in, and then the story of the town was great. And then for the next season, of course, I had no access to watch the matches.
Yep.
And it was actually only about Christmas of this year that I figured out that my Paramount Plus subscription got me all the matches. So I've literally been going back and rewatching all the earlier season matches from this year before we have the reverses.
Yeah.
Just to kind of catch up on things and see the teams. But it's literally been following just kind of based on posts and following the tables and things all last year through League Two.
Kitty.
So, now you talk about, suck 30 in the morning. It's 6:30 here when the matches start, and I'm up from 4:30, so excited I can't sleep, So.
Yeah. Kitty, what's your cat's name?
This is Phantom.
Hey, what's going on, Phantom? I love it.
I think Whiskey's sleeping on the couch behind us. If
you got to have a whiskey cat. There he's a dog.
Make his debut.
Awesome debut. Well, it's good to have you in, man. We always love new good voices to hear and everything. But Alabama, yeah, you guys are two hours ahead of me. It's stupid o'clock, right?
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's been a really enjoyable deep dive in just about every aspect of the team, and I've probably overdone it a little bit, but yeah, thanks for having me on, and man, I just love to join the conversation about any topic that's brought up.
All right, no, it's great. Well, let's hit on the well, what do you think of the well, because you first time on the show. What do you think of the season so far, and what do you think of? I mean, obviously we're at this position. What do you think? What do you think the outcome's going to be?
I think it's been really stressful so far. I mean, I literally think my blood pressure goes up every match, and
Hmm.
at this point, I believe the doubts are pretty much gone.
Hmm.
Just kind of looking at the fixtures we still have, I don't think Wigan's going to be an issue.
Hmm.
We worry about Charlton, we worry about Wickham both, but they still got to play each other, and they both can't come out of it unscathed. So all in all, I think that we're good to go for the run. And I mean, we might have some squeaky cheek moments, but I
Hmm.
think we're good to go for the run in. I'm really excited about what's going to happen in the off season. I think we've got a lot more money to spend than people are giving the team credit for right now. I think
Yeah,
those League Two numbers we looked at, I think the stuff coming out of League One is going to put us probably near the top of the championship and even close to some of the parachute payments will come out of Premier.
mhm.
So if we're not in the playoffs next season, I'd be real surprised.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to call that now. I think I said it too. I was like, I think we can actually go for the even if there's, I think we can get the playoffs next year. People will be like, yeah, these guys are crazy.
Yeah.
It's possible. We all have money to spend, and people want to come play for us. But yeah, Parkinson. What do you think? Of him. Everyone he divides opinion, but because I want to get everyone's idea on that too. What do you think of him?
Here's my opinion on Parkinson. The guy's doing a great job. I won't question anything he does. I'd rather see some different football every once in a while,
Hmm.
than what we played, staying so defensive, keeping the game so close. Of course, it's like the NBA. When you got a team that attacks, 102-point game is more fun to watch than a 70-point game.
Yeah.
And I enjoy seeing us on the attack. I enjoy seeing us, you keep the ball in their half of the field, and we get aggressive, and we seem to get really excited when they get that momentum and they kind of shift that way. But I've got nothing against what Parky's doing. I mean, it's working. It's what are you going to say? It's working. And to all the doubters, I think it's because it's all been those squeakers, those 1-0s, and some tough draws and a couple of tough losses. But all in all, the results speak for themselves, man.
Yeah, I think we keep this. We just maintain to be, just consistent. We
Yeah.
consistency. It might not be consistency. We win 3-4 nil. Consistency.
Well, you look at some of the intangibles. I mean, 21 clean sheets now
I think it's
across three different goalkeepers.
that's insane.
Yeah, we're over
Yeah,
50%.
yeah,
I mean, they got to score on us before it even becomes a conversation. Then it's just the draws that hurt. The
yeah.
couple of drop points.
The draws that feel like losses, right? They,
Yeah, how many games have we lost? Like 5 or 6 all season?
I'll tell you right now. I think it's 7 or 8. Let me just look. I have it right here. We have lost 8 games.
Yeah,
Drawn. So we won 24, drawn 9, and lost 8. I mean,
yeah.
it's not bad.
So we're losing about 20%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about that.
Uh,
I mean,
yeah, and a couple of those were, I mean, a couple of them we shouldn't have lost.
yeah.
Payne, I mean that was heartbreaking, and it was at a point where you thought it really could turn us in the wrong direction too.
Hmm. Hmm.
It looked like we were coming out of a period where they hadn't been defeated at home in 14 or 15 matches, and everybody was feeling great, and they were talking about wish their away form was better. And then we got clocked at home by Reading, and it just seemed like the wind came out of our sails a little bit. And the game before too, and I forget who they played, but the match before it, they just looked a little spastic as well. And I thought, man,
Hmm.
what's happened here?
Really,
And it
really
was
great.
early with Smith and Rodriguez coming in, and it was Rodriguez caught a bunch from it, but then we shifted it and we started winning. We stopped losing at home. No one went back. Everybody's saying, well, their home form hasn't been great, but it was like one match in the last 16
Yeah,
that wasn't great.
yeah,
Um, yeah, and then our away form got better. Everybody started talking about that. It seems like everybody's just been a little bit disjointed, but you put the whole thing together as the tapestry of the season, and man, it's beautiful.
yeah. If you look, I cannot wait till touch wood, right? Till we
Right?
can look back at the season and enjoy it,
Yeah,
and see like all the ups and downs because we kick every ball. I always say it, like a fan, short for fanatic. We kick every ball. We look after,
yeah,
oh, why did that happen? Why did but the makeup of the team is really solid, and bringing in 2 strikers and then also bringing in a midfielder, replacing
Yeah.
Stash or even who was playing Evans, or hasn't had a sniff, even though he got injured. The makeup of the team has been transitioned completely. What do you think? What do you think of Smitty?
Oh, he's looking great. I mean, the first couple matches when him and J Rod showed up, you really didn't know, and you really couldn't say at that point. But we've had enough watching him play now to kind of see that magic.
Mhm.
I got a little nostalgic from Mullen this last weekend, and just kind of thinking of watching some highlights and seeing the stuff he'd done and thinking about the impact he'd had. But the thing about Mullen I always liked is he was just all over the freaking pitch all
Yeah,
the time.
his heat
And I
map is everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Smitty does that too, and Marriott does that too. And I think that the thing that I think is either been the biggest hindrance or the biggest advantage to the club this year has been the locker room attitude.
Yeah.
When there has been drama or rumored drama, we haven't
Mhm.
played so well.
Mhm.
And
Do you think there's something to that? You think there was, because not we won't get everything. I'm guessing you're a sports guy. Yeah. Things maybe bled on the pitch a little bit, but it got shut down pretty fast. But you're right. Some of the games you're like,
yeah, actually, I saw my background in media is photojournalism, so I used to shoot NBA basketball.
okay.
So yeah, I'm a bit of a sports guy, but yeah, I think that there's a lot more, and Aaron talks about this some too because he coaches, but I think there's a lot more energy in the locker room that can carry on to and off of the field than a lot of folks really kind of think about or give credence to. And I
Mhm.
think in the case with our team, and I don't want to say anything negative because I don't want to have a cloud over any bit of this season. But I
Yeah.
think some of the stuff with Mullen and Palmer and kind of the Ollie's dad with the messages, and Mullen's never really been great at hiding his emotion. And
Sure. He wears it right here.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he's always, I think he can feel negatively as easy as he can feel positively. And I
Mhm.
think maybe, you guys talked about it, neither one of them actually being in the with the team at the match the other day.
Yeah. What do you make
I
of that?
just I just want I think there's a little bit of poison in the locker room, and I think Parky's done a good job to whether he's addressed it as such or whether he's found another reason to address it. I think
Mhm.
he's isolated anything that might carry over negatively into the mentality of the team as they get out and play this final stretch. I mean, one of
Do
the
you
most
think that
important.
he's shut it down enough where he's like, okay, you guys don't come. I don't want to cause
No,
out
but
of
I
sight,
think
out of mind.
I think he might find another reason. I think there might be something else. We can't even speculate what's going on in
Yeah.
the locker room,
Mhm.
but I think Parkinson knows right now that it's important as anything to keep the guys' mental attitude high, keep their enthusiasm high, keep their belief high,
Mhm.
and when they're on the pitch, keep their energy high because that's the
Mhm.
only other time I see that they don't just look fabulous is when they just kind of they back off a little bit. They get a little too
Right.
comfortable in defense. They run real hard, so they take a couple possessions and they're not real aggressive. And I just want to see every one of them give 110% for 90 plus minutes for the next 5 matches, and beyond that, I don't think we have any worries.
What is the evolution of this team you've seen over the season? Because I almost can't believe it.
Yeah.
I cannot believe we're here. Like, pinch yourself. But have you seen an evolution of the team? You think it's always been there? We just were so just like, it's really like almost like fool's gold,
No, I think it's really interesting because I've had the unique perspective of coming in kind of halfway through the season and the fixtures and going back and rewatching, the reverses.
Yeah.
So for example, like I just finished watching, Wigan Blackpool maybe the last night or two.
Hmm.
But what I've noticed kind of consistently is a lot of that back half that we're playing right now were the same back in the beginning of the season, those early games. That it's really that that Palmer Mullen combination
Yeah.
that's kind of gone. That's been the most dramatic change, the most consistent change. I mean, we put some other players in time to time for either injuries or just to kind of shake things up. But the biggest difference I've seen is Mullen and Palmer and going for Smith and J Rod. Um,
Yeah.
and that Smith's looking great, and J Rod, I don't know what he could have in him. He's another character like Maka or Fletcher, I think that comes into the locker room with so much experience. But he's
Hmm.
also come into a family. I mean, Wrexham, because of the documentary, because of everything that's been going on, you have to think that they are a tighter group than just your average team where players are coming in and out and transfers coming
Yeah.
in and managers are changing. And I think with J-Rod, sometimes your little sister gets married and your stepbrother just doesn't warm up to the family real quick. Like sometimes you just got to give a little bit of time to get in and find their seat at the Thanksgiving table and make themselves at home. And I think we'll get that from J-Rod. Every shot he takes, it hits the back of the net. He gets another attaboy and he feels a little more comfortable. And he's enough of a pro not to need that, but he's enough of a human being to still feed from it, I'm sure.
Right. In his interview, I think it was after he scored, he missed the penalty and scored. He was like, he was getting anxious himself to, he wants to contribute, to that point for the original question of the show. If he's not available to start J-Rod, I'm not saying, would you start Smitty? Would you go Big L? What would you do? Or anybody else?
I don't know, because I think there's a lot to what's been said about the fact that he and Marriott kind of take up the same space.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't think Fletcher's got the full game in him, but I think you need somebody that kind of feeds each of those two guys. Now, I don't know what they have within themselves as players to kind of adapt the situation.
Yeah, who's going to sit? Can JM go and hold the ball? I don't think that's it.
They both have a good break in them, but they both, those fed crosses really play well to both of them. And I think if you've got, maybe it's a situation where you start a Fletcher, but then you sub in Barnett and for Macca, and you sub in JM for Fletcher at some point, halftime, a little bit later in the game, and you kind of change that style. You put two guys on those sides that can cross well, and you just tell those two strikers, get the ball and put it in the net.
But we're going to change 11.
I'm pretty sure that someone's got word to Parky about your tattoo, and he said I'll sub at minute 2, but Josh is getting inked for this shit.
Gotta get the ink. Yeah. It's fun. I'm fine with it. The results are there. We cannot, we cannot complain about it. We really can't complain about it.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite player? Well, I know you have a favorite player on the team.
Man, it depends. I tell you, when I first caught the actual matches, I was looking at Dobble like, where do we get this Italian kid? And Rathbone, and I think it's that spirit to just always being a nuisance.
Oh my God,
really made Rathbone stick out to me. But as I've just watched pretty much 41 matches now, it's really tough because on any given day, they're all endearing. They all have great qualities. I love seeing Macca give just shit to everybody. I really enjoy that mental element of the game that I know he brings out. I'm sure the other guys do too, but he always does it with a smile on his face. And I've heard so much being at the bench in the NBA, how much smack talking's coming out, and how it gets in the head of the other guys. And he's my Rodman of the team.
Definitely.
Love him. I love him to death for that. Fletcher is just, I just see him as being so solid. He made a goal attempt where it looked like, I don't know what he did. Both legs were in the air. He turned sideways mid-thing. He looked like an Ethel Merman, swimmer. And he's 38 years old. I'm not for benching the guy. If he can get out there and do it, Mac is 37.
Yeah.
We only talk about that, but that interview that Humphrey did on Ben Foster's podcast, he talked about training for the marathon.
Yeah.
And he said Macca had been harassing him more than anybody about his training, and he kept saying, "Yeah, I'll train with you." And he's like, "Well, I got to do it." He said, "Well, let's just go do a half." Well, when? He's like, "Before training one day, it'll be fine." I'll just go run 13 miles, and then I'll come out to the training.
Yeah.
And if Macca can do it, there's no reason Fletcher can't do it. I don't think that saying Fletcher can only manage 20 minutes and be effective is really fair. I think he's got more in him than that. I think it's the smart way to play him.
Yeah, I think there's a great communication. I think there's a great communication there with Parkinson and him and Fletch and Macca, where it's like, okay, he put him on, what is it? Was it 37 minutes in, something like that? It
was nice and early.
Yeah, something like that too. And to be fair, we have 5 games left to go, and maybe it does mean, I'm saying to James, maybe it is Fletcher that starts. You're right. And that's probably I think he's probably the best player we have.
If you want to start Macca, you don't want to sub Barnett in and switch Longman. right off the bat. You want to bring Macca in as the captain. You want to let him do what he does, kind of take control, set the tone.
Yeah.
And Fletcher's the logical choice to bring in with him.
For sure. And I think that would be my first choice too. It's about how long can he last? And you know what? Maybe we're getting to the end of the season. Maybe we go up in 3 games, not 5 games. You know what I mean? Maybe we're done and dusted then, you know?
Yeah. I think with the experience of Mac and Fletcher in there together, even in the beginning of the game, even if you if you brought Marriott and Barnett in at the same time and flipped Longman over, it would shake a defense too. I mean, it's a really radical, and it plays well to the style of play, providing that Marriott and Smith can find their own space. But they'll have plenty of people feeding them. Not to mention O'Connell from the back. I mean, I've just gotten really used to it. When he isolates that ball in the center and takes about 3 or 4 steps forward with it, you just know what's going on. Either to the left or to the right.
Are you a O'Connell fan? But also, too, just so you know, Matt says so when we play Wigan, Macca won't get booed. You think he'll struggle not using negativities? No, I don't think that's his old club. I mean, I think
there'll be a lot of love there. That'll be just a little extra positive boost for him, just a little extra sugar in the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, he got to get it going. Sorry, Steve Barton, rolling for promotion. Wrexham, yes. Sorry, Steve, you called me.
Wrexham, rolling.
Wrexham are rolling.
Get those goals are rolling.
Steve's right. Steve's literally writing a song. It's I think he has if it's Rathbone, Palmer, Mullen. No need to be sullen. We're going for promotion, Wrexham.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's so good. Well, a great debut. Anything you want to hit on before we get out of here? We've done about 45, 50 minutes. But by the way, great to come in. Always welcome, my friend. It's good. We love new voices on the pundit, and done a great job, man.
Well, I didn't know how the thing was set up. I didn't know how to log in. I needed a hat, and so I wanted to jump in a couple of times in the past couple of weeks, but even I always catch the shows. I always try to catch it live, but if something else is going on, I just watch it. And unfortunately, there's been a few times where I've jumped in 10 minutes late, but I refuse to just jump in and not know what was going on before. So I started earlier, and I never get caught up enough to comment or say anything. But I appreciate you having me in, man. It's been good chatting, and we'll jump back in with you at some point in the future.
Yeah, well, we like to stick to the script here on the local pundit. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah.
What script? All the best stuff is ad lib, man.
Exactly. How did you find the pundit, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
Just on YouTube, searching Wrexham and just catching. I mean, in all honesty, like I'm really kind of probably a little bit over the top for this, but I watch most everybody's podcasts.
Yeah,
I fast forward through most of them, but the local pundit's kind of been the one that it's my home. The rest of them are kind of venturing out and seeing what other people have to say and what's going on. There's another guy right now that's the ultimate soccer show, I think it is.
Oh, yes. He actually just messaged me. He wants to collaborate. Yeah.
You guys really should, because he's also doing the 2,000 push. He's right about 1,700 or 1,800 subscribers. And
I think he actually hit it. I think he hit it, by the way.
I don't think he has quite yet. He's close, but I tell you what, you two probably have at least 200 subscribers that the other two don't have. If you just trade them off, you'll both hit 200 in no time, 2,000 in no time.
Dude, we got to get to the 2,000. We got to do it, by the end of the season. We'll get there. We have a great community. Honestly, what's great about the local? I don't know if you watched Welsh Techies Eat More Chips 100th. It was myself. It was Rousey and Sean from Red Horde. And what's great about, in my opinion, about the Wrexham content community is that we all kind of root together and root for each other. So which is really cool. Long may it continue for everybody, and everyone I think should deserve all those. This is not easy to do. Anyone, you know what I mean? Even if you get one subscriber, dude, it's crazy. But it's great to have you on, my friend. And you gotta listen. Are you in the Discord?
Yeah, I just got in the Discord the other day because I wanted to message Patty something, and that was the only way I could think to do it. So I'm not used to that kind of stuff. I mean, honestly, I'm not technically declined, but I kind of quit caring at a certain point. So about the time I let my Adobe subscription expire, I just started sticking with what I had, and so the whole StreamYard thing, I didn't know how to interface, and And I'm still not sure how to get off of here when the time comes. Oh, leave studio. There's a button on the bottom.
Yeah, studio. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Josh, I appreciate it all. Yeah. We do. Thanks, Shay Daddy. No, we appreciate the content, Josh. Glue Coach, great. No, this is good. This is why I like doing it. Meeting Pat and I just met. Obviously, it was a great chat. So just before you get out of here, what game are we going up on?
I want to go up before Charlton because I don't want to literally have a coronary during that game. I guess it depends. It depends on kind of what happens in the meantime. But I'd like to go up on Blackpool.
Okay.
That would be kind of ideal for me. I don't think we've got much chance of doing it before then. It would be tough to do before then. But I'm gonna say Blackpool because that's what I want. I'm gonna just will it into being.
Just put it out there. Just put it out there.
Yeah, it doesn't always work. That's why we've lost a match or two. But yeah, I'm gonna say Blackpool. I think if we're not there after Blackpool, then things are gonna. I mean, the locker room's gonna get real shit serious for Charlton.
Yeah.
And I think it would be nice if we could just let everybody relax after Blackpool. But it all depends. I mean, there's still some interesting games. I mean, and you can't. It's like you can't necessarily rule anything out. I thought we played for 70 minutes. Like when they got the red card this past Saturday at 10 minutes, and they were down to 10 men. I thought, just watch this shit now. I'm like, we're about to just spank them. And for the next 60 minutes, I said, they're going, oh man, no.
Did you see my face? I was like, this isn't.
I don't, dude. I cut off the watch along because I don't want to be distracted from the match. Like I watched the pregame show, I watched the call-in show afterwards. I, all of it, but I literally just turn everything off during the match so I can focus on the match and no. But I was like, how have they kept? I mean. And it's not like we were really playing a team.
They weren't trying to play. They weren't even trying to.
Parky really addressed it, and he gave it perspective that I hadn't really thought about. He's like, the minute they lost their player, they went straight into a defensive mode, and they they just like, if we can just get a draw, if we can just keep them from scoring, who cares if we don't score?
Yeah.
But you really saw the game change once we got that first goal, and you could see the frustration in our squad while they were playing so defensively. I mean, they were slowing the ball down so much. I mean, Parkinson was getting, obviously frustrated with it. And even though you still had 30 or 40 minutes to go, they just worn out 40 or 50 minutes that we weren't able to score. And you're like, okay. The minute that we got that first goal, everything just changed. They changed their tempo. Yeah. They had to then go for it. And as soon as they loosened up and went for it, we looked like I thought we should have looked from minute 10.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But that shows the levels of the team there for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And look at the teams that Shrewsbury's beat this season, for Pete's sake.
I mean, they beat us.
They won 6 matches, and it's all been against the top of the table. I mean, like,
with 3 different managers, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, so you just don't know. But I really think Wigan is kind of is going to be in the bag. I don't think we're going to have any problem with Wigan. Who's between Wigan and Blackpool? I forgot off the top of my head.
Wigan, I think it's
Bristol.
I think it's Bristol. Let me look right now real quick. Yeah. Here, I'm touching buttons. Here we go. Hold on. There we go. Fixture list. Okay, so obviously we have the Wigan game this weekend at stupid o'clock in the morning. That's not sexy. No, Bristol's on next Friday. That's on Good Friday. Then it's Blackpool, Charlton, and Lincoln. So yeah. So Wigan. This is so weird. Let me bring it up for you.
Yeah, one game at a time, and we got to win Wigan.
Yeah.
And then we've got to win Bolton, and then we've got to win Blackpool. But we can do any of them. None of them are beyond us. If we, I don't even want to say I think we'll drop points in any of those 3, but it's entirely possible. I think coming out of that with those 3 with 7 points, and we're on 81 now. Is that right?
Currently we're on 81 points. Yeah. So that'd be it goes up to 88 miles per hour.
Yeah, I don't think that makes us feel safe.
No.
I mean, we'll know better by that game. I mean, we could see some more people shit the bed and be okay. But I think we got to win the next 3 to be done by Blackpool.
Do Stockport play? I think Stockport play. If Stockport, they play, and then if Wickham can drop points, I mean, we need a little bit of help. Stockport are the scariest team for me. I know everyone's worried about Charlton, but Stockport is the scariest team for me.
Yeah, well, either one of them could. I mean, all it takes is us doing poorly and them doing well.
Got to take care of business.
Mathematically, it's there. They can do it.
Yeah,
and they've got as much reason to want to do it as we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
everybody out there wants to go up. Nobody wants to
last year. They won last year.
Nobody wants to be in the playoffs. I mean, the playoffs is just that scares me. Like as much as I believe in the team, I feel like if we get in the playoffs, I'm not going to feel great about it at that point.
No, we're not. You and I are going to have a different conversation. It's not going to be good. Not going to be good.
No, not at all.
All right, brother.
But I think we got it. I just say the guys got there. They give 110%. They play their match, the way that they can to the best of their ability.
Yep.
And they're going to be fine. And I'm going to be happy with them if they do that.
Awesome.
if they slack off, maybe not so much.
I think it's game time. It's all in. That's the last dance. So, Patrick, good debut, my friend, and I mean that in a way where we love having new voices. Call in after we win against Wigan. Love to
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. Always welcome, my friend. Good to have you in. Yeah, and buddy. Get yourself out of here. What is it? You know how you do it.
You want to do that one on this bombshell?
Yeah. There he goes. All right. Good debut there. See, there you go. It's not that scary. You got Alabama, sir. There you go. Roll Tide, my friend. There you go. Gotta have new voices in here, which is fun. And I like to have it, especially I think it's our first guy from Alabama, guy or gal from Alabama, too. Steve Barton's gifted 5 local pundit AFC podcast memberships. An absolute legend. Get it while they're hot. Maybe we can get Pat to get one too. I don't know if he's got one yet. Brian Barton, Rev, Mo, and Harry, see what they have. I think he's doing a thing. The ultimate soccer guy, yes, he DM'd me. He seems like a nice dude. And Shay Daddy, love you too, my friend. You are the best as well. Yes, Brian Burton says Dolby did score yesterday. He did score yesterday. Shoot, did I realize? Didn't realize you were live. Well, Aaron, I asked you if you wanted to come on. There you go. You could always come on, my friend. We had an Alabama guy in there. I know you're an Indiana dude, the Hoosier, but we had an Alabama guy. Polymouth Counseling, Luke says, I think we might get the second spot in May. Well, I think we're going to do it earlier, my friends. And that was a tough 60 minutes. Ted Nelson, reference not very good, very poor calls. I think he's going back to some of the things. Let me try to catch up to the chat here, too. Earliest you can go is Bristol at home. That'd be nice. Make it happen. Make it happen, Aaron. Make it happen, Aaron. Free Pugs, thank you, appreciate you too, and always good to have new voices. Yes, he's a good dude. He knows his shit. Good to have great people in here. I love it. And don't be scared. Always welcome to come in. The scariest part is just stepping out on stage. But I'll tell you, with our community and what we have here, we will catch you, and we will always enjoy chatting with you all. So let's do more of that stuff. Appreciate you too. Hold up. Now I'm from Alabama. I'm from Alabama, says Nikki D. Okay, second. Sorry, Nikki D. You're the second. He's the second. You're the first. My bad, dude. My bad, Nikki D. And Leap and Sarah says, thanks, Josh. Okay, let's get everyone out of here. Again, not a huge news day, but we do a show anyway because we wanted to get something up, and I want to make sure that we had a good conversation. So we'll give you the yes, you do keep your crown. You do keep your crown. Okay, for sure. Okay. Here's the lineup for tomorrow and the rest of the week. Ready to rock and roll? Let's do this. All right, tomorrow, live watch along. Huddersfield versus Wickham. Not a hate along, but just we're interested along. So Huddersfield versus Wickham at Huddersfield. They got started at 11:45 PST. Going to do that. Then we got daily news shows Wednesday, Thursday. A match day build up maybe, but Friday could be an awesome day. I will keep y'all posted if it make that happen. I'll be very, very excited. I'm very, very excited to make that happen for y'all. Early doors Saturday morning at stupid o'clock. Game day build up with I think it's going to be definitely going to be Ken, maybe Patty or Aaron. We'll see. Live watch along with yours truly, and then call-in show, phone-in show. phone and show, have your say, and hopefully have some great things to talk about as we smash Wigan on the weekend. Nice hat, Josh. Yes, Kill Tony tonight. Go check out Kill Tony. Also, to celebrate, go see Minecraft. If you haven't seen it, producer Ann and Kale, 301 million over the weekend. Go on, producer Ann. There you go. PSD in Arizona time. PDD in Arizona. John Olsen. Yes. Yes, that is. I think you're an hour ahead of us, John Olsen. So dumb time. Patrick says, where about Nick? So they're talking about where they both live. Okay. Thanks for coming in. Please smash a like. Get us up to 2,000. Do that deal. And again, using the microphone. Trying to figure that out. And also rolling for promotion. Wrexham. Ollie Palmer Mullen, don't have to be sullen. We're going for promotion. Wrexham, move it up, cross it in, put it in, Wrexham. And on that bombshell, we'll see y'all soon.